Welcome to Idle Talk. Today we have another guest. I'm Fernando.
ValdezDaDon.
And please introduce yourself.
I am Celines, the Don. Don.
Okay. Today we have an interesting conversation planned for you guys. We're talking about our mentality and changes that may occur to it. So, Joanne, when you hear about your mentality specifically, can you tell us about the growth and changes from it? From what you thought you used to be so passionate about to now? Has there been any significant changes from it?
Not caring. Mm-hmm. Like, I read this book called The Alchemist by this Brazilian author, and its thesis is basically that in pursuit of what you want, you find more value in the journey than what you actually were seeking. So in growth of mentality or metamorphosis and how you go through changes is that what you think is valuable becomes something that you just throw away from the side, and the things that you never thought of become valuable. So like life lessons, little things that you never noticed become more valuable over time, and what you determine as quote unquote valuable can just either be the thing that you emphasize or just nothing at all.
I think for me it's the opposite.
Okay.
It's like caring about things more, because I feel like if you asked me like 5 years ago, I don't give a shit about other humans, right? On just this broad level, like, I don't care what happens to them, right? I would not care about the opinions of others. I still don't really weigh those, but I still weigh them enough to where I can take them in and see, is there any merit to what they're saying, right? I'm not gonna be like, nah, I'm perfect the way I am, like I'm doing this right no matter what. So I would take the feedback in, process it. Does it have any merit? Is this person making a good point or not? And then process that, because now I feel like I care more about other people. Yeah, like I'm not gonna let, especially times right now where people are getting targeted for their race and their genders and their preferences and their pronouns or whatever you want to say. I feel like I would be now more willing to step up and be like, this is my problem too now, as opposed to before where it's like, well,
you didn't care about your neighbor.
That's not me, so that I'm not gonna put myself in any risk for that person. I don't know that person. I don't know who they are. Now I'm more like, all right, I'm in a position where I can defend myself. I know other people can't really defend themselves depending on whoever or whatever is attacking them. So now I'm more willing to step in and do something about it. And that's because of my mentality shift from not being empathetic and not feeling other people to now just be like, all right, I'm going to take into account how somebody else is feeling, how they're going through, or like things like that. Like I'm aware of that power, I guess, that I have, because I can definitely feel like the energy change from a good environment from a bad one, and be well aware of it. Like, oh shit, this is not a good place. Let me just
as long as you're aware, like that's all. I feel like I'm more like Joanne. I feel like I care about everything. Like, you can tell me anything and I'll take that into consideration, and I'll actually like question myself, like, why the hell am I like this? Like, I literally take into consideration any criticism and I'll beat myself over it, which is why, I mean, with time, I'm still working on it, but with time I have to just let those things go and just accept that I am my own person, and, you know, people are just going to have different thoughts. Like, I've met people that they didn't care about anything anyone else said. And I'm like, how are you like that? Like, you just live. I mean, me personally, I think that's like the utmost strongest thing you can do. Like, you could just live your life and you don't care about what anyone thinks.
Which is awesome. Example?
What?
Were they a good example?
The ones that
didn't care.
Well, some of them were, some of them weren't. I mean, just the fact that someone can just do what they want and they know within themselves what they need to change without someone having to without them having to like think of others and their criticism and implement it towards them, you know? Like, just having that power, like, okay, well, I feel like I need to change this about myself, not because this person was like, oh, well, why are you like this? Like, I'm that type of person that I need, not that I need others to validate who I am, but there are times where it's like someone has to raise a concern and I'll be like, oh shit, like, damn, like, what's wrong with me? and that's something like with time, hopefully
You get better at?
I'll get better at. Yeah.
Before, what was your, like, you just didn't, like, you weren't aware of that? Because it seems like you're very aware of that and that you're pursuing, trying to get better at it.
Yeah, like now, like, I've noticed that no matter what, people are going to always talk about, people are always going to have their opinion. And what I'm trying to do now is just letting go of all that and just live, like, I need to accept the person I am.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to live for other people because of their criticism. Like, I shouldn't have to feel like I need to change. So.
Unless it's change coming from within, like from yourself.
Exactly.
So
like,
you don't want
I shouldn't be like, oh, well, she doesn't like that, so that means I shouldn't even be like that. Like, people are not going to see me in a certain light like that.
Yeah.
You know? So I just feel like.
So change for yourself, not from an external. Like,
exactly.
It's interesting. How would you say your mentality has changed from the last time we saw each other? Because we saw each other, last senior year of high school graduation? That's the end of it, right?
It's been a minute.
It's been a whole, like, maybe 5-6 years.
I think
It's been 6 years, yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Because I feel like right now it's like we're all new people.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a new person from, like, what I was before. Like, I'm more aware of like, what goes on. Because I used to never, like, I used to tell myself, like, I didn't understand why people did bad things. Like, I never understood that. And people would just be like, what do you mean? Like, if you feel like she's stealing from you, she's stealing from you. And I'm just like, no, like, I don't really feel like she's that type of person. Like, I've always seen the good in people, even though the bad was, like, literally right in front of me.
You.
Yeah, but, like, growing up, I wasn't around people that did spiteful things or, you know, did negative things. I mean, I don't know, I never was around that. So I think growing up, and no one really teaches you, like, oh, well, you know, shit's gonna get real, and it's gonna be to a point where you need to choose who you want to be friends with, who you want in your life. Like, no one really teaches you that, you know? So that was, like, one thing, like, throughout my life, I had to be more aware of my surroundings, be more aware of the people that I have around, because that can definitely affect who you are and who you know,
who you become.
Who you become. Yeah.
Joanne's teaching that to his niece.
Yeah.
Right?
Hard lessons. Yeah. Is the reality that I'm a good example, but I'm not going to be everywhere in the world. I'm not going to be someone who cares for you. There's these strangers that are going to actively seek the worst.
Exactly.
And I get her ready mentally. I don't, like, you know, do examples. I'm just letting her know that in the world there are people that are looking to do you wrong and that are looking to see you fall. And that this is the reality, that not everyone is looking for your best. And these harsh realities are part of our growth. There's some things that we have to learn the hard way, and there's some things that we can learn from example.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I feel like I was definitely one of those people who were like, oh, well, I mean, why would anybody do anything bad towards me? Like, for what? And then there's people, and I attract a lot of broken people. And I'm very, like, illiterate emotionally. So I feel like I'm always trying to, like, teach someone how to understand their own emotions. When heal. At the end of the day, I can't even understand my own emotions. But I feel like I kind of, like, mask that into trying to help other people. Like, I can understand someone else's emotions rather than understanding my own. I don't know why I'm like that's like the weirdest thing. But I could literally sit there and I can be like, okay, I understand why she's like this, because of what she's told me and what she's been through. Like, I understand why she's this person now.
You can heal others, but not yourself.
Not myself. And I think that's why I'm so good at it, because I kind of, like, I don't want to deal with my own shit. So
you run away from it.
It's actually scarier to deal with your own shit.
Yeah. Like I was telling you in the car, like, I'm that type of person. If something bad happens to me, right? I'll sit there and I'll be like, you know what? I didn't do that. That never happened. And I'll
deny.
Yeah, like, and I'll just move on. And it's always worked for me.
Wait,
Is it working though?
It's always worked for me. I did see something on Instagram. I remember I seen like a video in which they were like, oh, it's good to feel that whole pain. Like, for example, if someone was to do something bad towards you, it's good to sit there and let you feel that pain. Yeah. Because it makes you more stronger towards the end.
That moment of silence.
Yeah. So it makes you more stronger towards the end. And that's something I'm implementing now. So I let myself feel the hurt. I let myself feel like the betrayal. So, and then and that's worked for me too.
Damn, betrayal. That's such a powerful word.
That is.
Yeah.
So now
you have to give that position to someone to betray you. You have to give that person that trust.
Yeah. That's a heavy word, betray. You betrayed me. It's not like you did me dirt. You guys
never been cheated on? No?
I've been cheated on.
Okay. And
not that I know
betrayal.
But it's only once. I'm only given that position once.
What do you mean? So
once
she cheated on you, it was it was over?
Cut. Yeah, it was cut. It was clipped. Yeah. And I only gave that person. That was the only person I ever gave blindfold faith to. Like I would be like, yo, this person would never do that. Everybody else, I'm like, you know what? You have potential.
You doubt it?
Yeah, because everybody has potential.
Not good. That's not fair for the next girl.
I'm not saying that she will. I'm saying that you have potential. But you always have
that in back of your head, like, okay, well, she might.
Yeah, because just like anybody, Fernando could kill me. I could be sleeping, and Fernando could just strangle me to death.
Why would you think that?
I'm not thinking it, but I know he has potential.
I don't think
I told him.
See,
I told him one day.
I'm all fucked up because I don't think
you think
like
too
that.
Good.
I literally think too good of people. Like I don't feel like you guys would kill me.
I wouldn't kill you.
Like anybody else, if I was to be like, hey.
I said I wouldn't kill you.
So quiet?
I said I wouldn't kill you, and then he looks at me like, I don't know.
I'm just I wouldn't kill you, but I was just doing that just for comic.
Wait, you would kill me?
No.
I mean, it's okay.
Just slide down more.
It's okay to kill you?
Just slide down the couch a little bit.
Like, clearly not. But, I mean, I wouldn't kill you guys.
You couldn't.
I don't think you could. That's the thing.
You couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you know.
I would wake up like, what are you doing?
But at any moment, we could kill each other.
I'm the type, I'll probably, plan it. Like, I'm a good planner.
Oh, good.
But then I'll be like,
you couldn't execute.
In the process, I'll probably be like, oh shit, what am I doing? You'll probably wake up like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like,
I'm about to kill this bitch.
I'm about to kill this bitch now before she kill me. But yeah, I probably wouldn't execute.
You were about to say something.
I was like, that's why I tell you and your cousin. I'm like, don't get in a fight with me because you guys can control yourselves.
Oh yeah.
I know I wouldn't control myself in a fight.
That's that cancer.
Like shit. I'm willing. To, I was like, you gotta.
Not bring that up. Let me not bring horoscopes up
because you're good at it.
I think you're a Capricorn.
You're still wrong.
What month is that? What month is that?
January.
Yeah, bro.
That's 6 tries.
That's half the months.
I don't know. A Virgo?
You're what
month is that? Down. What month is that? What month is that?
Virgo is September.
You're wrong.
The end of October.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
No, I'm done. Can you just tell me?
No, keep guessing. I want to see if you get up to 11.
I don't know. You really give me Aquarius vibes, so I don't know. You're very.
Maybe that's his rising. His rising sign.
I don't know about the rising.
You got that right.
Oh, her?
Yeah.
Nice. Now you could reverse engineer the answer.
The only reason I know my rising is because so many people are asking me this question.
Scorpio?
Hey, you got it. 8 try. Hey.
Why?
Don't even.
Why?
Why are you a Scorpio? I mean,
what's wrong with a Scorpio?
I do not get along with Scorpio, man. I don't know why.
Damn. Now the whole relationship just changed.
Yeah, I don't even fuck with you.
I think it's the same.
No, you guys have a guard up. It's ridiculous.
You guys,
you learn.
Scorpios.
Oh, I thought you meant both of us.
No.
Do you see what I mean? Like, she doesn't know that of me, but she's already putting that into conclusion.
But is it wrong? Is it wrong? Is she wrong? Is she wrong?
It's completely wrong.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Is it wrong?
Because you know why? Because you're like, oh, in the back of my head, I always have a feeling someone's gonna do something to me, and that's a Scorpio type of thing. But look,
listen. She would have known that about me because I said that.
Yeah.
But there's no way that you would have come to that conclusion if I would have just said Scorpio.
Yeah.
This is the thing
yes,
I'm saying.
I would.
No, you wouldn't. Okay, but
she's good at it.
She's good at it. 8 tries in, she's good at it. I'm saying that the thing that I find like distasteful about horoscopes is that when you give somebody your sign, they put you in a box and they make these conclusions of you without knowing you.
Yeah, but my conclusions weren't wrong. That's the
Your
thing.
conclusions are reinforced by general references.
Sure.
That's all it is. You don't know the experiences that I go through and how I emphasize these things. Like my walls are up, but you don't know like to what. You're just saying, oh, my walls are up. I'm very defensive. I'm very emotional. And it's just not like you don't know me, but you're already making these conclusions.
You don't know why I built these shits.
Yeah, it's just like
built in 2016. You don't know why.
Yeah, it's just like it could just be towards something serious or towards something light. But people have to have some sort of understanding of the world because they don't have an understanding of the world.
That's true.
That's why they go into religion and other things, because you want to have an understanding. People get anxious because they don't know what's going on. And that's why horoscopes.
I feel like that's why I'm so I'm so into horoscopes.
Yeah, because it gives you a sense of knowledge.
I don't have an understanding of the world.
Yeah.
And that gives me a little insight of why people act a certain way.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
used to justify your thoughts and your...
You just literally summed me up real quick. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's just like with other guys. It's like, oh, Thor created lightning, but people didn't know what lightning was coming from.
Yeah.
So they're just making something so they can feel okay. Like, oh, Thor is striking. Like, it's just like, what are you talking about?
That's true. Oh,
yeah.
I never really.
What do you guys think about aliens? Because that makes people uncomfortable. They think it's some sort of like they can't really tell who is the maker of them, and I guess that's why people are more like.
I don't even think about those things. I just feel like there's other people out there, but I'm not gonna stress myself out. Oh my god, aliens!
When I think about aliens and like aliens revealing themselves to humans or whatever the case may be, it's like the sentence is like we're made in God's image.
Yeah.
What I think is like we're not physically made in God's image. We don't look like God, but we are made in His image that we can create. And I think anything else that can create, that has a conscience to revolutionize, is in God's image, because that's the only thing that God does is create. He doesn't destroy. You know what I'm saying? He created Lucifer. He didn't destroy him; just sent him away. So I think our blessing is that we can create. So if aliens were to reveal themselves, it wouldn't deny the fact of God. It would just reinforce it to me.
You just dropped some crazy deep shit.
Very deep. I'm
going to drop a meme. I saw this TikTok, and it was like, aliens come to Earth, and they're like, has Jesus come back yet? And they got the Earth people are like, nah, why? And he's like, oh, because Jesus comes back every time. Like, what did you guys do? He's like, why does Jesus go back a lot? She's like, oh, because the first time he came, we gave him chocolates. What did you do the first time he was here?
Wow.
And then Earth is like, fuck. Because, they crucified his ass.
Yeah.
And the aliens give him chocolate. He's like, yeah, every year we get the best chocolate together, and then we give it to him. And like, that's why he comes twice a year.
When it comes to Jesus, as he comes back to life, what are some metamorphoses that you have gone through in your life that truly pivoted you into a new path?
Let me think about that. That's a really good question. I feel like betrayal.
Okay,
that
so
definitely.
What kind of betrayal?
Don't gotta drop names, but just drop the relationship, whatever it was. Like
cheating and friendships. Like, I think in that sort of term.
How many times have you been cheated?
Drop the stats real quick.
Many times.
Really?
Times. It doesn't really matter how many times, but it's.
Of course, it doesn't matter because like you haven't cheated on the person, but it's like.
Have you though?
I've never said that, but.
Oh, okay, all right.
So have you cheated?
With you men, once we have a break, like I feel like
you're good to go.
Fair game.
I'm good
Fair
to
game,
go.
yeah.
Like you're not gonna tell me.
I agree with you.
And but then there's some men who's like, oh well, we still haven't really resolved much, even though we were on a break. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
He's just trying to control you.
Exactly. And I've dealt with a lot of men that they're a little controlling, and I like that. Me personally, there's a lot of females out here that want to play the male part.
Yeah.
And I feel like me as a female, I don't want to play that male part. I want to be that submissive person to the right person. Because there's females out here, oh, well, I can do this, I can do... Yeah, that's fine, you can do that. You could do a man's job, whatever the case is. But my parents they've been together for 27 years. So I want that type of relationship. I want a relationship where I can submit to my man and I can be like, you know what? He got it. Like, he has this under control. Clearly, there's going to be some areas where I'm a little advanced in and he's not, but that's the balance I would want, you know. But yeah.
So it's that relationship growing up that you witnessed that now you want that.
Yeah, but the thing is, like with society now, no one's thinking of marriage. Like,
oh hell no, yeah.
No one's thinking of marriage. There's females out here that are acting like men, which is fine, and I'm actually
and there are
glad.
men who will accommodate to that to that person.
There's
too.
also men who are acting like females.
Exactly.
And there are women who would accommodate and like that. It's like they were like that too.
Let me rephrase that. There are males that are acting like females.
But what's acting like females to you?
Submissive. Because there's certain things.
You don't gotta be a female to be submissive.
Listen. Yeah. Let me explain. If you say no, to something, it's no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of situations where somebody says no and they break down. Your no has to be grounded. Is like stand for something or fall for everything, and that's like what makes a man is.
So there's no compromise when it comes to things.
No, when you already make your no.
It's a no.
It's a no. Because you've already gone through life. If I say, like you asked me for my sign, right? Just a small example, and I said no. And you're like, come on, just tell me. And then I break. Is that really fortitude? Or is that just like in the moment?
Then that's an ego thing.
But the thing about men is that they stroke their egos. That's the whole thing about men.
Women are like that as well.
Not submissive.
How many times a woman said no and then gave in for a man?
But that's the thing, is about being submissive.
I think it's about being a human. Like, you should be able to compromise in order for things to work. I feel like that's anybody. You need to be able to compromise in order for things to grow, in order for things to work. If you are grounded on your no, and you need to make that, you need to let them know, like, listen, it's a no. I don't feel comfortable doing this, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. But if you
something so small as,
I'm not saying,
I'm not trying to,
But I was just giving you an example. But I'm saying there are certain scenarios where there are big situations where someone says no and then they break, and then there's a lot of guys like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have done this. It's just like, you should have stood your ground. You should have just been a man.
Like what? Give me a random example
of something big.
Yeah.
Going out after just a week of knowing somebody, you don't really know that person. You haven't talked you haven't talked long enough, and now you go out and it's like you wasted your time.
That's true.
You should have actually implemented what you wanted to do, which is a month of talking.
But people don't do that anymore. Females want vacations. Like, oh, we'll talk there.
But I feel like that's an interesting dynamic though. Yeah. But as long as I'm not paying for the whole shit, like.
Yeah, but no, there's females that want you to pay for the whole shit.
Yeah, you gotta provide and protect.
Yeah, but then you're like, I feel like you get messed up as, like, I'm the type of person that I like to show a man that I have it on my own. I don't need your money.
I like that.
But the thing is, the men I've dealt with, they've used that to their advantage. Oh, you don't want, okay, so can you pay for this? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I'll get you a couple, like, I'm that type of person. If you do something nice to me, I have to always, like, I want to give you something. Like, I want to do something for you, and I've always been that, but then that's been my downfall, because there's some people that don't think like that.
Damn, we should celebrate each other's birthdays.
Yeah, we should.
Because I'll be going hard sometimes.
You do? Yeah. You're like that too? I'm like that. Like, I'm the type of person who wants to, if you've done even one little, like, I've told my friends, like, oh, well, he did this for me, and I'm very grateful, so I feel like I can buy him this, I can buy him his like, I could do all this, and they're like, but why don't you feel like that's what you deserve, rather than you need to give him something or off bat, like, and I'm the type of person who goes all out and get nothing.
Respect that. I respect that you don't. I don't respect the part you don't get nothing, but I was explaining to them, or in a future episode, where it was gonna be like, the reasoning why I go so hard is because I grew up to see my mom not get that. Yeah. And so now I feel the need, if for whoever, like, in a relationship wise, like, I need to be better than what I've witnessed growing up, because I had no control of that as a kid. But now that I have control of it, like, now that I'm physically like at a point where I can, okay, if I'm dating somebody, okay, I'll pay for this because
that's good though.
It might be small, might be big, no matter what. Like I remember I don't really celebrate my birthday, so I got a gift this past birthday. I was like, I'm gonna go hard for you on your birthday. Your birthday's after mine. Oh, you
that's
just wait.
I'll
just
me.
wait.
I cannot. That I'm just like.
And
that.
you came with me to pick up the gift when I went to Jersey for it.
Yeah.
It could be the smallest gift ever.
No,
it
wasn't
wow,
small.
you got me something.
It was
like,
fire. Like I put
what
my
was it?
diamond chain.
I'll show. No,
She on money.
no, but it was something that I knew would be practical, but yet it was customized to how I want it, how I thought the person would like it.
It sucks though.
Wait, they got you a diamond chain or you got
no.
wait, so what did they get you?
No, they got me a book, and then
I'm sorry.
no, you don't believe Joel. I'm not dropping a diamond chain for nobody yet.
But a book?
Oh wait. They got you a book?
They got me a book, and it was
okay.
like, I don't really like to read, right? But I got it. I understood why they got me this book, and I was like, okay, this is to better myself.
So nice.
And then so I was like, okay, the meaning behind it meant more to me than the actual receiving of the book. And so I was like, all right, cool. Like we're on the same wavelength. Like I do want to like grow and be
yourself,
better.
Yeah.
Because I already knew I was miles ahead of the person I used to be. And then I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm going to get you a gift that symbolizes, it was shoes, right? But I put their old logo on it and I put their new logo on it. I'm like, look, remember when you're looking down that don't forget where you came from, but also know that you're where you're going.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
And so
I want to cry. That's so awesome.
But
People don't think like that
He was
anymore.
betrayed though.
No, I wasn't. I wouldn't say so.
I would think you were betrayed. In my mind, I feel like you were betrayed.
She wore those shoes for someone else?
I don't know.
Could be.
Could be.
Damn, but that's, I mean, as long as you did good on your end.
Yeah, I know. That's
because you'll
why I'm good
always
with
get
it.
abundance of good,
Yeah.
you know.
So that's why, like, now after that, it's like, now I have to make a conscious choice. Do I revert back to how I used to be, or do I continue
Being
on
good.
the path that I'm on? Because I could easily be like the next person, just treat them like absolute garbage.
Don't do that.
Please. Or I could be the same and continue to be better. And so now I have that choice to make, and I feel like I'm just gonna see where that goes.
See, I feel like some people would take that and be like, oh, well, the next person, you know, I'm gonna make sure she's for me, and that's annoying. I've dealt with a lot of people like that too. Like, you have your other baggage has nothing to do with me. I am my own person. I'm a good person from what I feel. So I don't feel like I deserve a lot of those things. And I feel like a lot of females go through that, and it sucks. And females do that to men as well.
So you're saying, like, checking if someone's for you is wrong?
No, what I'm saying is whatever you went through in your past relationship should not affect what we go through if we're trying to grow into something
Together.
Because yes, I understand that was a bad time for you, whatever the case was, but you should see that, you know, this should be a fresh slate for things. Don't implement, oh, well, I'm not gonna do this because, you know, my last relationship taught me this. Like, I don't have, no, like, I'm not doing that, no. And, like, I've been through a lot of shit, so I don't do that to men at all.
Have you had those conversations though? Have you sat down with somebody and be like, this is the reason why I am because of this.
That's the thing. Like, people don't care about, like, people don't sit there and try to understand you.
Really?
Like, I've never had someone to sit there and try to understand me.
Wow.
No,
I can
I've
tell
never
you
had
they're
any.
toxic people.
I've been in relationships
never,
like that where I didn't give a shit about that person and what they've gone through, and I've been in somewhere like I was like, okay, let me understand the correct way to understand you more and to give you love the right way.
Such a good man. I cannot. There's not a lot of people like that. But
it takes a long time.
It takes a long time,
out,
but
right?
I mean, we're still young, you know.
Yeah.
And the fact that you know that now, that's awesome. But there's some men that they don't care. They're like, oh well, I want you to be like this. Like my last relationship, I've always felt like he was molding me to be something that's beneficial, like grooming me to be something that's beneficial for him. But I'm a pleaser, so I'll do whatever the hell you want so you can be happy. But I felt like
you were losing yourself.
I was
along the way.
losing myself, you know, and I did not. I'm like that. I've always been like that throughout my life. I've with friends, whatever. Like I've always I've always felt like I needed to fit a certain characteristic so they can accept me. And I'm at a point right now where I'm just like, you know what, this is me. And if you don't want to accept me, then I don't know. I guess I'll meet other people. And one thing about me, I do not like to be lonely. Like I like to always have someone there.
I can see that because of what you said, that you want to fit into the mold, so you portray these characteristics.
Sad. And I actually look at people that are okay with being alone. And I admire that.
It's cool.
Because me personally, I don't like to be alone. I like to feel like I'm, even with friends, whatever. Like I like to feel like there's someone there for me, you know. And yeah, those are things that, I mean, with time, we're still young, so time.
I'm good alone.
You good alone?
I wish I was like that. I was good alone.
Like when quarantine started, people were like, oh, I can't see my friends. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good with myself. Like I could do this for a year more.
But were you always like that?
No, it's a skill like kind of like honed in.
But I feel like we weren't really that alone. You know what I'm saying? We always grouped together.
I was alone for 3 months.
Like so you had friends to speak to, no?
Yeah, we were in group chat.
No, when I went to Mexico, I was alone for 3 months. Like,
but that's physically alone.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like overall.
Talking.
Yeah, but like I only responded to you because I had to. Like if I didn't have this going on, like
Why?
I would be good
because
on my own.
Like me and Fernando, we talk when we're in party chat. But other than that, we just talk business, like podcasts, what we gotta do, yada yada. Like that's how we interact. Am I wrong?
You know.
Oh, because
I was like, yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
Me and Fernando's relationship, we're close friends, but we don't console each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't seek
you
that
guys
from
are
him.
men.
It's
so
exactly.
I guess
Yeah. He doesn't
it's
seek it
different.
from men. I don't seek it from.
I don't seek it from men in general.
Like so.
Because I don't see that.
Why not? When a
That's what I'm
man
saying.
could be more understanding rather than a woman. A woman's gonna tell you, be more like emotional towards things, and you might not have that same perception.
I'm only vulnerable with women. That's the thing.
Oh, then that's fine.
That's the thing.
Make sure you're vulnerable to the right woman, cause
Yeah, but we all can make mistakes.
yeah, I know. I've made a couple, sadly. Any mistakes I made?
Mistakes that I've made.
That you, not regret, but or maybe regret. Who knows?
In the sense of like regret. Like I've said multiple times, I rarely regret anything because it's made me who I am today. But mistakes were blindfold faith in somebody, rushing into things emotionally, that's a regret, and regret giving somebody more than 2 chances. Another thing is just like, I look back into the past and I'm like, yo, why did I say these things, or why did I try to fit into these things that weren't for me? Like I was a cube trying to go into a sphere. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that just wasn't for me. If someone doesn't like me for who I am, it's just fuck it. But the reality is, even if when you're going through the stage of growth, right? In that stage of growth, you notice everything that is negative for you. So like when you're going through a diet, right? You're like, you consciously know this is too much sugar, this is too much meat, this is too much like cheese. You have to notice these things, and also the interactions, relationships that you have with other people. And you have to be okay with letting that go, whether it be quote unquote good or bad relationships. You have to be ready for these relationships to go in the moment of growth, because when you are growing, you are alone. And when you blossom, you spread out and you meet new people. But in that stage of growth, you are alone.
See, that's what I'm trying to implement in my life. So I feel like when I grow is through someone else. And that's like the worst thing.
Sometimes it's good though. Sometimes you meet somebody and then you're like, okay.
Like I'm content.
You're like, maybe who I am right now isn't as good as I thought it was. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna change this because I know even if I don't talk to that person anymore after a while, it's like it's still bettering me, right? It's not bettering me for that person. It's just bettering me in general. But a lot of people get caught up in thinking they're bettering themselves for themselves, but they just want to, like you said, conform for the other person, submit to the other person. Yeah. But it's like when you find somebody, though, you're just like, okay, shit, maybe this isn't right. Maybe I need to change this up a little bit. Maybe because after a while, you get used to your own actions, your own ideas, your own philosophies. And it's like, okay, maybe that is not useful to me anymore. So let me try something else. Let me do this. Let me do that. Like, remember we had the conversation about, like, we touched upon religion, right? And then talk about, like, people burning sage. Like, what makes one right or wrong? It's like
yeah, because I feel like I'm fake. I'm really fake because I'm a Christian,
Yeah.
but then I'm into like horoscopes.
Yeah.
Like those
don't mix.
balance at all. And my brother, he's a very he's a 7-day Adventist, so he's
what?
7-day Adventist, so he's really like hard on it.
Yeah.
So he was telling me like, listen, like you can't do both. Like you can't expect the same outcomes and then you're still praising two different things, you know? So you just have to like choose one. I mean, clearly he was telling me choose the side he's in,
exactly.
but like he definitely opened my eyes to certain things, but I don't know, I'm very I feel like I can with horoscopes, it just like you said,
You're good at it.
now I'm trying to no, I'm not good at it clearly because I couldn't even I thought I could have sworn you were an Aquarius, but yeah, like I now I'm seeing why I might be into that because of the fact that I don't understand people, and that actually gives me a clarity of why certain people act a certain way. So then I apply it to other people. Like you said, like keep them in that little box and be like, hey, well, that's how you are, and that's
because
it.
of this
and
reason,
that's
not because of
that's
the underlying
super
things of why it's crazy because we're talking about a lot of relationship stuff but love is so simple, right? But humans are complicated. So
love is not simple.
Love is as simple as it could be, but humans are so complicated. Yes.
Explain it.
Go ahead.
Wait.
Okay,
I had my last relationship,
okay.
right? My last relationship, he had asked me, why, what makes you think you love me, right? And I said, the feeling is so deep that I cannot even explain it to you. And he's like, oh, so that means that you just don't love me, right? So now, speaking to someone else, what's your definition of that love? Of love.
Okay. I would say,
this
is my definition how love works for me, and how I accept it and how I perceive it. So, love is waking up, right? And I'm just gonna speak on a broad level, right? Okay. Broad level. I'm not gonna be romantically specifically, right? So, love is waking up and then realizing that there are things, people, whatever, pets, dogs, around you, right? That you wake up and you realize that they are there, and you have this overwhelming feeling of saying, I'm here, I'm present, and there's things around me that love and care about me, and I feel the same exact way, and I'm able to dictate how much I can give to so and so and so and so and so and so, right? So I wake up and I'm like, okay, I have all this love inside me. I cannot wait to go and give love to XYZ, this person, that person, because I love them, and I know they love me back, and I feel it in my bones, and I feel it circulating, as if it was blood, right? So I know I have it in me, and I know that if I'm giving it out, I will receive it back. And it's more I cannot wait to do so. I wake up ready to do so. Before, I would wake up and not share that with people, right? I had my walls up, and I would keep it locked away. I would not express it. But now it's more like a feeling of I cannot wait to wake up tomorrow. I cannot wait to wake up the next day.
But do you feel like you can feel like that towards multiple women?
I'm gonna try. Let's find out.
Saying, no. Cause wait, hold on.
What do you mean? If I had two girlfriends?
If you had two
girlfriends?
Can you feel that same type of way towards two women?
Maybe. Because I feel like we don't have one soulmate in our lives.
I don't feel like that. I feel like we don't have one soulmate either.
So what if I meet?
I don't believe that.
What if I meet two of them at the same time?
You have to pick.
Do I have to pick?
You want to be with two women?
If I could.
That's a lot to handle.
Got a lot of love to give.
Oh my god! So you want to marry? Do you plan on getting married?
I would like to. Yeah.
How are you gonna marry two women?
I could.
No, you cannot.
I could hypothetically.
Really? You can?
Yes, I could. Legally, I can.
You can marry two women?
I could too.
You can marry legally.
Since when?
Since forever. There's no rules of you can only marry one woman.
Wait, so you could be married to two women, and it's
yeah.
Wow, I didn't know.
I feel like if I was in a position to, if I know that because you wouldn't be cool with marrying, like, having 2.
No, I would not.
3, like,
no,
right?
No,
So
not at all.
I feel like
that's not the correct. Well,
for
me,
you,
that's not the correct.
That's
way.
not how you would perceive love, because you would think like, why the fuck do you need the second woman here?
Yeah.
Right? I think if I was stuck between 2 women, I feel like I am so open-minded that I attract open-minded people, right? So I'm not attracting you. I'm not attracting you to me. Like, I feel like we would all be cool with it, you know?
Yeah, but
like,
that's what's the name of it?
Polygamy.
That's polygamy.
Yeah. So I feel like that would be fine.
No, like I feel like when I get married to this mysterious man, but whenever I get married, I want to be open, because I feel like men just get bored, just like women get bored. Men get bored with the same things. It's fine, but I've always been open to, if you want other women and things, it's not no damn polygamy. We could just do other things
once, right?
We could meet. Like, I can,
keep her.
Yeah, no, like we can. We go on vacation. If you want to pick out with the girl you want, whatever. Like, we could have the little threesomes, and that's it. You know, like, I don't feel anything.
But it stops there, right?
But it stops there. It's just, I feel like it's just like you said, dessert. It'd be like a little dessert.
It'd be fun.
Know? Have a little fun, and that's it. Like, at the end of the day, I'm your wife. Like, if you want to try different things, try it with me, because I'm your, like, we're like in this.
We're married in this relationship.
Forever. That's it.
Do you believe it should last forever?
Yeah.
Do you? So, like, let's say 10 years in, you're not as happy as you were 10 years ago. Do you still continue?
No.
What if it just doesn't go anywhere?
Even with anything, I'll be like, listen, like, I'm letting you know now, I'm not happy in this relationship, and if you want this to work, then you're gonna have to make some changes. If not, then I'm gonna seek changes in other places. There's nothing wrong with that.
Interesting.
Do I feel like there's something wrong with that?
I don't think so. I think
that you could speak on it, as long as you're speaking on it and you're letting someone know, listen, this doesn't make me feel good. Like, it's your job to try to fix that and try to make me comfortable. Even with, if a man was to come to me and be like, oh, well, I don't like certain things you do. All right, honey, like, what can we do to better this? Because I'm not, like, we're in a relationship. We're trying to build towards marriage, you know? So
what if it's something fundamentally part of you, though?
Like what? Like partying? Like, I was dating a man, and he didn't like the fact that I like to go out.
What if it's something that makes you who you are, right? Whatever trait that may be.
Like what?
Like I love to joke around, and I like to incorporate humor into things.
Dark sense of humor.
Not really, just a general overall funny, like, things, right? Mm-hmm. So if somebody were like, you're too funny, you're too goofy, you're too whatever, right?
You're too funny.
Yeah. And it's like, what if it's something fundamentally part of your personality? Like, well,
they don't love you. They really don't love you, because anybody would be like, you know what, that's who he is, and I'm gonna accept that. Mm-hmm. I might try to work around that a little bit just so I can feel a little bit comfortable, and you know, that's where you guys need to have that conversation. But that's about it. Like, I'm not gonna change anyone to fit my comfortability. Like, no.
That's very powerful. It's just like Fernando, when he's talking about his definition of love, like, my definition of love would just be someone I care about, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I will always care. I always reference my love towards my love of family. Mm-hmm. Because these are individuals that I cannot change or, you know, cycle out. So no matter how much I despise my older brother, I still love this motherfucker.
Me too. I understand you completely. Mm-hmm.
And that is what I'm, like, not looking for, but once I get that feeling towards somebody, it's like, yo, if I ever say, like, yo, I love you, it's no, if you've done me wrong, I still want the best for you. Exactly. Like, yeah, I dislike you, but I still want you to succeed and be happy in life. Like, that's the thing about love, is just like, I want the best for you no matter what you've done to me, because my love, it isn't conditional. It is just that I know what is hurtful for me, so I know that if I love you and you're doing me wrong, I'm gonna cut it off, but I still want the best for you, so that you don't hurt me. You get what I'm saying?
I'm willing to drop family members.
Me too. But I still love them. I still want the best for them.
No.
To me, my definition.
You don't want the best for them?
No, I want the best for them, but if you told me I can hold a grudge for years.
I don't hold grudges.
I can hold a grudge to the point where once you don't care about someone, what is that? You still holding a grudge or what?
No. I don't care about them. I don't think about them.
I don't like.
Like, I can hold a grudge to the point where I just don't care about you.
We can get into an argument, and then tomorrow I will be over it. Like, I'll be fine.
Like, should be irking me sometimes.
Hell no. I like to talk about things right there and then. Like, let's resolve things. If you don't want to resolve things, then I don't need you in my life.
Yes, to me, it's just like not like if it's not something super duper like aggressive or serious. I'm just like I'm fine. I'm like I can take that incident and then throw it away because of all the history
that we have.
So if me and Joanne get into an argument today, tomorrow I'll be over it. But then I will start the conversation again, like, yo, what do you get to? Get on Apex. And then you're like, you probably still feel the effects of whatever we were arguing over the previous day. But to me, it's like new day, new slate.
But always. You guys don't talk about that?
If it's something small, I don't bring up anything that's small to me. I don't know what's small to him, but just for me, it's just like, he got on my nerves. I just, just like him, I just keep it pushing.
Well, if it's something like that, I understand why it can be like a little like, we don't have to speak about it. But like the relationship I have with my best friends, if they piss me off, they're gonna
know.
I need some type of, like, with me, when I get very upset, I need that distance for a little bit. And then I can, like, recharge myself, in which I can explain where they went wrong, where I went wrong, and we can have that conversation. But I cannot, like, pick up the phone the next day and act like anything happened, like nothing happened. That would bother the crap. With anything, that would bother the crap out of me.
Do you know how to apologize to people?
Yeah.
Genuinely, like, I'm sorry I did this.
Yeah, I'm very good for that. If I know I did wrong and someone's explaining something and I can see it from their view and I'm like, you know what, that was wrong of me. I have no problem in apologizing. I don't like, that's fine for me. I know there's other people who are like,
that was so hard for me to learn, to be like, I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah, like I remember.
No, that could literally, like, mend so many things.
Like I was like, I don't know how to apologize. Like, instead of saying I'm sorry for the situation, I was like, I don't know how to apologize. I don't know.
Like, I'm like that when, like, for example, like if a friend, like, someone passes in their family, I don't know how to console them. Like, I don't know how to console people.
Neither does Joanne.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that at all.
Like, oh, if you need me, like, I don't want to say the same things that everyone else says. Like, so I'll just be like, I'll give them their space. And whenever you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. But that's about it.
How about marriage? Let's get into it. So,
marriage.
What do you like? Something you're expecting in every relationship? Do you think, like, getting into it, you're like, I'm building towards marriage in every single, like,
every relationship I'm
that's
in,
the goal.
I'm thinking about marriage.
Okay,
that's it.
I think about that too.
Yeah, I like that old, like, that's what people say, the old type of I like that. And I'm everything. I feel like if you do not want to get married, we will not work.
Because I'm thinking, like, I'm going into a brand new relationship and I'm like, what is the long-term effect gonna be?
Yeah.
Like, I know that personally I'm going into every relationship thinking, like, okay, this is the last one.
Yeah.
That's my hope, right? That's the expectation. That's what I hope to achieve. Does it always go that way? No. I'm not married. You're not married. But
I'm not married.
I feel like it's important to have that out there, because it's like, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want you to waste your time.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important to, like, be aware. It's like, I'm going into this, like, this is what I'm coming from.
But is that something that you off bat speak about?
No, but it's something that's in the back of my mind. And then,
but you don't speak about it. No.
Yeah, I not first day, like,
yeah.
You're talking about it first day.
Listen, first day I'm be like, okay, what do you want? Like, what do you want in life? Do you want to continue, to have, friends with benefits? Not with me, but just in general. Like, what do you want? Yeah. And that's something I definitely ask. First
off the bat, first question. Do you want to get married?
No. I don't ask that, but I'll be like, like, what do you want in life? Like, it'll somehow, some way, I'll, like,
incorporate it. So my answer would be there. Like, I'm trying to find somebody I can grow and build something with.
That's every man's freaking answer. every man. Like, oh, I just want to see how, things go from here, Hopefully we become something, blah, blah, blah.
So what's the right answer for you then?
The right answer for me is, you know what? I see my future. I want to marry. I want to have kids. I want to grow my family.
Yeah.
Like, that's
okay.
the
So
answer.
let me.
Not
let
on
me,
some. Hopefully, why?
Why you make that face?
She's heard it a million times. She's heard it
a million times.
So you want people to be like more specific, right? So for me,
as soon as you say that, I'm like, you want to rephrase that answer? Because come on, like,
look at her face. So for me, it would be like, I want to find somebody that I can give the family dynamic that I didn't have.
Hit it right at tummy.
Because for me, I want to improve the life, give the life that I didn't have.
That's an awesome answer.
Like, that's like, I've seen my mom go through it. I don't want the person I'm gonna marry eventually to be going through the same thing like that.
That's a good answer.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say now from now on. And every time I get dubbed, I'm gonna text you.
I'm telling you, no, you're not gonna get dubbed after. Then they're not smart if they.
What was it like the first date? Like, what do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like, if I was to ask you, like, oh, what do you want in this? What do you aspire, towards the end?
In a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, just to be married and have family.
But
are you actively looking for that now?
Yeah.
Am I actively looking?
Yeah, because I feel like I can say that. I'd be like, the next relationship, I'm gonna still continue to be like, I want this to go that way.
I'm actively looking for that, but I'm picky.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't mean that I'm gonna choose you just because we're on a date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as long as you letting her know your end game and things, like, oh, I want to get married, I want to have kids,
Yeah, but
that's good.
Like,
it's like some people get this misconception. It's just like, just because I'm talking this out with you doesn't mean that I'm looking for that in you.
Yeah.
You might have already said something that already X'd out.
That?
Because you're like, let's say if we're on a date and you already said something that X'd you out.
I would already think like, damn, okay, so like that's what you're thinking.
There's been multiple instances where you run into where the other person is looking for that and you weren't looking for that.
Like, they were looking for a marriage and I wasn't.
You weren't ready for that because you were like, nah, I'm dating, so like we're gonna have to, because you always tell me, you're like, I would cut it off. We're like, this is where I'm cutting it off because you're looking for that and you're not gonna get that through me. And they were consistently trying to get it from you though, because you've cut that off. Yeah,
there were some situations where it was like friends from benefits. It was just like, I don't see you as dating or marriage material.
But have you said that up front?
Yes, of course.
And they would keep coming back.
After that, I would not talk to you.
Oh, okay.
That is such a, like, why?
Why? What do you mean? We came together for friends with benefits.
But me personally, I can never be friends with benefits.
But that's you. But I'm saying, if me and you got together for friends with benefits.
But yeah, like, she was okay. Like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
she was
this,
okay.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to have sex. Once in a while, whenever you need it, whenever I need it. And that's what it is.
Yep.
Like, she was on board with that.
Yep.
Okay, because I've been in situations where I'm like, I'm painting my own picture. Okay, we're going to have some... Hopefully we're gonna be together one day, and then they're like, "Excuse me, we're just friends with benefits." That's about it.
No, I don't put I put the label and then we execute.
Okay, so then that's good.
To his fault, because he would be so upfront about it that I guess people don't believe you.
Yeah,
and then they would continue it and then be like, "Are we not gonna start dating?" He's like, "No, I told you from like 2 months ago that this is not."
Yeah, that's happened to me once before.
But there's also situations like, in dating you get to see someone's flaws, and you're like, okay, you pointed out. There's certain, I hate when someone tries to conform. It's just be you. It's just like, oh, I'm just trying to change the way I'm acting. It's just, no, just be you, because if you're not you, I don't want to date you.
Yeah, that's good.
That's so annoying, and it's just like, if that's the case, I just let it go. I'm happy being alone. Like Fernando is like, I'm okay with being alone, because being together with someone who isn't for you is worse than being alone.
Yeah, this shit is horrible. It's horrible.
I feel like I definitely shifted from like not caring about somebody's past or not caring about their traumas. I've shifted towards more like I need to understand why, and so I don't do something subconsciously where it's like I make you reveal those feelings. Like, I feel like
You're
I'm
such a good man. Like, I cannot. Like,
but that's me now. That's me now.
No, but the thing
that's
is,
me now.
like, it's shock.
Let
like,
me tell you why.
Not that you were a bad man.
No,
before,
I was.
Just
Let me
saying,
tell you why.
It's just insane.
Let me tell you why. Because 2015.
Yeah, I think I won a little
2015, I was like a shitty boyfriend to somebody. And then I didn't care about their feelings. I didn't care how my actions would make them feel. I didn't give a fuck. And then so I got out of that relationship, right? Because I was like, I am actively destroying this person. Like, I took accountability for that. I'm actively, because I was leaving college. I'm like, okay, let me reflect real quick on the things that I've been doing so far. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, I'm actively destroying this person. I'm gonna break up with them because I'm not actively making them a better person. I'm destroying them, like who they are.
Actively making them.
I'm making them worse. And so I was like, my next relationship, I knew I was gonna be in South Carolina for like 15 weeks. Mm-hmm. So I met up with somebody and I was like, listen, I only got 15 weeks. Like, it's gonna be it is what it's gonna be, right? It doesn't matter. I don't care where it's gonna end up, but at this day it's gonna end. And so I made it a personal commitment to myself. Like, I'm gonna treat this person like the best I've ever treated somebody. Mm-hmm. And so that was like the greatest 15-week relationship test I've had. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna.
You had a test?
I tested it myself. I was testing myself. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna. Like,
I'm just trying to understand. Like,
it was a test. It was a test for me. It was a test.
You're so aware of your wow. Okay.
I tested myself. I was like, I'm not gonna be who I was. I'm gonna be on the opposite end of that spectrum. Like, I'm gonna try to make them better. I'm gonna try to make them grow. Like, so that ended, and I was like, okay, boom. Let me look at the results, right? Quote unquote results. I was like, okay, that was a good relationship. Like, anytime there was a problem, like, I would address it, and I would be like, okay, this is how that made me feel. How did it make you feel? Where's the loss in communication there? Why did it need to escalate to where it got to? Like, I would be actively aware of that. And so now I was like, okay, I'm like better at this now. So like, now let me continue on with the next one and make it even better. And the next one, I do think it was the best relationship I was in.
That's
like,
awesome.
Like, it's like I'm.
You know why?
Doing
my
best.
Though, where you're very aware of like certain things that you do, and that's people's downfalls. People think that they're perfectly normal and they have a lot of crap going on. So
again, sometimes
it's
it
good
takes
that you challenge yourself for certain things. And I mean, whoever's out there listening, you might need to do that. Please do a little test. There's nothing wrong with
15 weeks.
15.
Well, because I knew
I don't know about 15
there was
weeks,
there was a start and there was an end though. I made it clear. I was like, yo, I'm here from here to here. Like, let's do something. And it was awesome. I think it was.
See, that's good. That's pretty good. Have you had any tests, Joanne?
No, I'm pretty freestyle. I'm pretty freestyle. I tend to just go with the flow. I let people know what my intentions are and what I'm seeking, but I don't have like a start date and an end date. It's just, you know, when it comes to somebody who's in my life, I can cut you off or you can, you know, be reinforced. And that's the gist of it. Is there's a lot of red flags and there's a lot of things that I enjoy. Like, if I give you this sort of energy and you reciprocate it, that's awesome. But if you say something that I see that is a red flag, like, oh, I don't like your goofy sense of humor or your dark sense of humor or the way you think about things, it's just like that's who I am fundamentally, like you said. Yeah. And I've learned that mistake where I've tried to change who I was fundamentally because I like someone so much that it truly pained me when I was out of it. I'm just like, yo, I really changed who I was to be with this person, and this person still didn't like me for who I was.
I still didn't even like the new version that you changed.
But how about
exactly.
if who you are, right? Like a certain aspect of who you are is not good for yourself as well as for the people that you're meeting, and they're kind of like raising it as a red flag for you. Like, how do you?
I change it. That's what I've deal with that. That's what I've taken into account.
Yeah, but how about if you feel like there's nothing wrong with it?
I did feel that way for a long time, and then that's why I sat there. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, but you're open-minded to certain things. There's certain people that are like, oh, well, that's just how I am, and that's how you're going to deal with me. Like, that's it.
There are some things where I stand on that, where it's like, that's who I am. I'm never going to change it. But there are some things where it's like, let me take it into account.
Yeah.
You have to put it into a point where I can see how that is doing you harm. Or doing myself harm.
Yeah, it's more of that. It's more like looking at it and then saying, okay, that may be hurtful for you, but is it gonna damage me?
Yeah.
Is it gonna damage how I do things and how I live? And if the answer is yes, then it's like, all right, I'm not changing it for you. I'm changing it for myself.
Yeah.
Because it will benefit you now, but it will also benefit me now, benefit the next person, if there's a next person, and then benefit myself with my other relationships as well, like the people I keep around me. Like, it's going to benefit everybody, not just you, and I'm not changing it just for you. I'm going to change it because for me, it'll be better for me if I do so.
Yeah. But that's exactly. It's just, you gotta, that person who you are caring for, you have, I think everyone is open to their input. If you care for somebody, you're open to their input. And if they say, hey, this is not only hurting me, or if they don't even say that, hey, what you're doing is hurting yourself, you have to, be an adult and reflect. And if you come to the conclusion that it is true, or it is damaging you, you have to put some sort of change.
I'm about to give you an example, okay? Okay, so in the past and still now, I'm a type of person that likes to go out a lot, right? And the partner that I was with did not like that. They looked at it as if like, oh well, you're doing nothing with yourself. You're sitting there, like that. Like they would make me feel like that, like, oh, like you always want to be in other men's faces, like stuff like that, right? So I took it and I was like, you know what? Maybe that is true. Like maybe what he's telling me is not good for the person I'm trying to be in the long run, right? So I changed that whole thing up, and I still felt like, but I still want to experience certain things. Yeah. I still want to. What I look for is I'm willing to change myself, but I am, when it comes to like going out and stuff, I want to enjoy that with a significant other rather than me just going out with girls and stuff like that. I want to enjoy certain things that I enjoy personally with my significant other without having to be like criticized on me. Just like, oh, well, you always want to be like smoking hookah or whatever, like, stuff like that. I never want to be in a position where I have to mold myself to someone's liking. I want it to be in a way where like we just connect.
I think,
like, how do you guys feel about that? Like
okay, so I'm gonna put myself in that situation.
Okay.
If you want to do that, for me, that's not my personality. That's not. I wouldn't enjoy it, but I would do it because you're enjoying it. Like I would enjoy it because you're enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it. Like I wouldn't go out by myself to do that. Like I wouldn't do those activities alone. If there's something that, whether it be a relationship or a friend, right? If they enjoy it, I'm gonna most likely enjoy it because they're enjoying it. Would I want to do that all the time? No. Yeah. Because I also like the things I enjoy. And then for me, it's like I don't want to bring somebody else into something I like to do if they're not gonna enjoy it, right? Because I feel the enjoyment from your enjoyment, not the activity itself.
So nice. Okay.
So if you wanted to go out, I'd be like, all right, we can go out. As long as you're having a good time, I'm having a good time. But if you're there like, this place sucks, I'm like, so let's fucking leave. Like, like I'm gonna, that's me. I want to do that because I don't want you to be there, because if you're not enjoying it, I'm not going to be enjoying it. Right now, I would be at a 0 anyway. But if you enjoy it, I'll go up to like a 5, 10, right? But if you're not enjoying it, I'm like, now I'm in the negatives. Like, I'm not enjoying this at all, and you're not enjoying this at all. So like, why are we here? Yeah. Like, I don't want to say conform to your likings,
but like you would compromise a little bit.
Yeah, I would do it because simply the fact that you would enjoy it if I was along for the thing. Yeah. So that's what I would do.
For me, it's just accept who you've gotten into. Like, if I met you at a club and we got together, I'm not gonna be expecting, oh, she's gonna leave the club life. I met you at a club.
No, but that's not fair. That's not fair.
What do you mean that's not fair?
Because you can meet me at a club, right? Okay. And you can't automatically be like, oh, well, she's like, she's in the club life, so she can't leave that alone. No,
I'm not saying you can't leave that alone, but I'm saying if you don't,
you can't expect more of me.
No, I'm not saying can't expect. No. He can't expect the fact that you are gonna not do those things.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, okay.
Like, no.
I'm sorry.
He could.
I'm not a hoe.
Yeah.
No.
No, like he's not saying the fact that he met you at a club doesn't make the relationship the potential of it any less.
Okay.
He's saying that that is an interest that you have because he met you through that interest that he also has.
Yeah, like if
I get it.
All right, let's use another. If I met you at a chess club and I'm like, you're gonna stop playing chess, it's not gonna happen. I met you at a chess club.
Okay, but how about if you met me in the at the park?
If I met you there, I know. Oh, we're gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's an interest. When you find people that aren't like, oh, let's link up, and you just find them out of nowhere, you know that you're going to find them in that same place, or they're going to be in that interest in the same place. Because I ride my bike all the time. Fernando knows that. Mm-hmm. If someone meets me riding my bike, and you be like, okay, we get together, you're not going to ride your bike. Nah, cat. Because that's what I do for my own peace.
Yeah.
You're going to always find me riding my bike. So for you to take away my peace, would that be club? Because that's what you would like to experience, that excitement, right?
Yeah, but you can't be like, okay, well, that's what she likes to do, because it could be in the moment. Like, I could just be celebrating someone's birthday, and I'm just at a club, and I meet you there. But how about when you meet someone on Instagram?
But it can be the moment. But I'm saying that moment can repeat itself. Moments don't just last just one moment. They constantly repeat themselves. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. You can't just meet somebody in that moment and be like, yo, that's it. There's only one time. It's going to be repeated because that person is going to repeat it, because humans are like creatures of habit.
And it's also like when you meet somebody at their job. So it's like if you meet a nurse and you're like, you're not texting me. Well, motherfucker, I'm working 16 hours. Like, what do you expect? I mean, text you while I'm saving somebody's life or prepping somebody for like surgery or whatever. Like, it's those like, I guess it's being aware of that. Like, having that common sense, which is like, you're a nurse, I know you're not going to text me for a couple days, because either you're working all those hours and then getting home and sleeping and then doing it again, or you're recovering from working like those hours for maybe 3 or 4 days at a time. Like, I can understand that. We just be like, all right, I'm not going to get a text until Saturday, even though the last time we spoke was Monday. Like, I understand that. Like, I'm good with that fact.
I guess my question is, like, are you guys willing to conform to things that you guys don't really do?
Like what? You mean activity?
Like, for example, like partying, or if I wanted
I like to party. Fernando doesn't like to party.
He would do it. I would do it like a couple times.
Like for drinking. So, say if we're on vacation, right?
Okay, we're on vacation, that's a different scenario.
Oh, so you'll drink on vacation?
I'm not driving.
Oh, okay.
I drove us here. Like, whenever we go out, I drive us there. Like, nobody else like has
but
access
you're willing
to
compromise in certain areas where you're just like, okay, well,
like, I'll take one, but that's it. Like, I'll do it. Like,
if you're driving.
If I'm driving.
Okay.
But if we're on vacation, then I'm like, nobody knows me here. Like, I'm gonna fucking...
No, it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, oh, you know what? I'm with my girl. I want to have fun.
Exactly. Vacation means different.
Like, not on like, oh my god, no one knows me here.
No,
like, I drink so much. Like, no, act crazy. We don't know anybody here. It's just a we thing. It's like, you know what? I'm with my girl. I want to have fun. She's a little lit. She's been drinking a lot too. So let me just, you know.
But then again, that's the protector in me is like, I'm not gonna get ass fucked up, because I need to still be aware of some crazy shit that's about to happen.
But as long as you're drinking.
I remember the craziest time when I went out with my ex. She's like, yo, I want to go. I haven't gone out for a while. I'm like, all right, let's go. Mm-hmm. And we're drinking, and she's just like, she's done. And she's like, I'm trying to keep up with you. I'm like, you can't. Like, you can't. You're fucked up.
Oh, I've tried that before.
And then she's like, every time you take a shot, I'm going to take a shot.
No,
and I'm like, yo, you're so done. You're so done. No. It's like, it's not going to be fun. I was like, all right, I'm going to just have fun with you. And we're drinking, and I swear, we're taking an Uber home. And she's like, yo, I got to pee. I'm like, we can't. We're like right there. She's got to pee. No, I'm like, we can't pee on the Uber because then they're going to fee us. So I'm like,
they
just
do?
Fine you.
Yeah, fine you or whatever. So I take her.
Yeah, because
I take her and I put her on my lap. I'm like, just pee.
She peed on you?
Yeah. I don't want to get fined. I'd rather get my clothes peed on and not get fined, and then just keep
fucking cute.
And then just keep
swear
moving.
To God, the next person I'm with, they better be able to let me pee on them. That is so freaking cute. No, for real. Like, what the hell? Like, no man is gonna. Oh, just pee on me real quick.
That shit was fucking hilarious. But
Damn,
she just couldn't keep up with me.
That's you. Wow.
You was in love.
Gentleman. That's love shit. That's definitely
that's
love shit.
I was like, you was in love.
So I'm like, oh my god, I like you.
I know, because I talked to you about my ex. I was like, yo, I'm feeling down, bro.
And you said your ex was a Leo?
Let's keep it moving, because I don't want no ex to know what.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, I would do things the other person's interested in. I
That's
would
good.
I would go above and beyond to do it. Like, I would make it a point. Like, I know you like to do this, so let's do it. like to its best. Like, I'm not gonna go in there with that attitude where it's like, oh fuck, I gotta do this.
I hate that attitude.
I'm gonna be like, let's fucking do
attitude.
this.
You don't
Let's
understand how much I hate that attitude. I'd be like, you know what? Let's not do it.
Yeah.
like, exactly. I don't want you to feel that way.
Yeah,
I'm like,
oh, you're such a good man. Can't wait. You need to get married like in 2.5 seconds. Like, I don't know why you're not married, honey.
That's funny.
I don't know either.
Joanne too. Sorry.
Feeling left out.
I'm a dog.
You a dog?
I'm a dog.
He's a dog. Yeah.
I'm a dog.
But he's being trained.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm a transparent
That's
dog.
why
What do you
maybe
mean
that's
you're
why
a
you're so
dog?
good at dog training.
That is true.
Why are you a dog?
Why am I a dog? Because I'm
Like,
very
what do you mean you're a dog?
I'm very blunt. I'm very like.
There's nothing wrong with that. Females love that.
Nah, the females he's been with.
Yeah.
Oh, then they're a little sensitive, but it's okay. Females like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I like you to sugarcoat. If you're gonna, I like
Sugarcoat?
bluntness. I like bluntness, but it depends how you say it. It's not what you say; it's how you say it. Definitely.
I don't sugarcoat it.
No, he does not at all.
Yeah.
He'll give you
Yeah.
that sugar-free shit.
Yeah, I want the sugar free.
You
No,
want
no,
no,
sugar,
you want the sugar, yeah.
I want the sugar.
Okay.
A little bit. A little salt too.
The
Now,
sweetener.
to go back
Sweetener.
into the topic we were talking about.
This is the topic now. This is the
Right? I
this
feel like we
is
changed
this,
topics.
this episode is like
crazy.
finding Celines as a husband.
What
open.
what do you value in a man?
Communication. A lot of people don't have that.
It's hard.
It's
Do you
really
think it's
hard.
because of day and age, or just
They have literally just how society is. People don't want to see where they go wrong in things. People don't want to try to understand you. They're very stuck in their ways, I feel.
Do you think people before would communicate their feelings better than people now?
What do you mean people before?
Like our parents and then their parents. Do you think?
Well, that's why they're, like there's more, the rate is higher when it comes to marriage.
but the divorce is also higher too.
Now.
Mm,
Before too? Well, I don't know.
Before too.
You're the smart one. It's statistic.
And I raised that because we talked about in the therapy aspect that our parents need to go to therapy.
Of
because
course, my parents definitely
to like unwrap things that they haven't been like able to express. And I remember we were saying like our parents had to make decisions and then pick the decision that didn't hurt the most. Like just like that's the only choice they had. That's the only things they could have made. We talked about this, John. You were part of the
I
conversation.
know, but it's still deep. It's still deep.
But I'm saying like
that is mad deep. Yeah.
maybe it's like the reason why they stayed so long was because they weren't aware enough to be like, this is not benefiting me. Maybe they were too scared to be like, the person I've married for 15 years is not the person I'm in love with anymore. Maybe it's they're withholding that because they're scared to see what's on the other side of it. I feel like now
Don't make me cry.
give ourselves more
Right?
credit. Give ourselves more credit to be like, maybe we're not afraid anymore to take that leap. That's why maybe we're not lasting in relationships as long, because now we're like, okay, this isn't benefiting me anymore. I'm not as happy as I could be. I know I'm not going to be as happy with this person anymore. So let me end it so I can see maybe if there's something better for me.
Because marriage kind of turns into like a I was about to say a negocio, but
a deal. Yeah.
a deal. Like
It's a business
I
transaction.
think it is deal. I think it is a deal.
It is like who
Any
taught
relationship.
me that? And no, not any. When it comes to marriage, it's different. But who taught me that? Economics. Our teacher.
I don't know.
The Morena, I forgot her name.
I don't know.
Miss Scott.
Oh.
She said that once you get married, it starts to become a
Negotiation.
negotiation. So it starts to become where, okay, well, if you're gonna leave me, how much you gonna take with you, type of thing. And I feel like with my parents, they definitely need
Each other.
they need counseling, because I've always felt like I was the mediator and things. Always.
You shouldn't be the mediator.
That's the thing.
Child.
But that's the thing. But when women before, they were so conformed into what the man wanted, they kind of like forgot about what they wanted.
Exactly.
And I feel like we're in a day and age now that women have more of a voice, but they're starting to sound like men, and that's not something I kind of agree with. because like I feel like a man always has their place, and us women always have our place as well, you know. So I think that's where, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that.
I think you were just saying that we both in this negotiation of relationships, that we both have our place and we both have our wants and needs, and that we have to compromise when it's needed and make sure we stay on our lanes. That if you go into a relationship saying that, you know, I'm the cook of the relationship, you're gonna be cooking. Don't go into it thinking I'm a cook, and then later on you're gonna handle it. Nah, you're the cook.
Yeah.
I'm the cook.
Yeah, like if you're the provider, don't think later on I'm going to be the provider. You're the provider.
Yeah.
So you're more of a traditional.
I'm very more person? Of a traditional.
I'm traditional. You're traditional.
No.
Traditional? No. Okay, you're more.
You're traditional.
No, because Joanne has this phrase where he's like, he doesn't know if he is married legally to somebody, but he wants to be married by soul, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's how I want.
That's important.
That's
like that's the way I would approach things. Like I want to be married by soul. Like I don't want a piece of paper that says we're married.
So wait, so you would want to get married, have the whole wedding without the piece of paper connected?
I would rather.
I'm saying like
I don't know if I would be comfortable with
I do want a celebration of my marriage, but I don't want to be caught paperwork in the marriage industry. Like I want to celebrate it a way I can celebrate it with this said person. Like if we enjoy vacations, I'd rather do a vacation. Like if we enjoy building shit together, I would do that instead. Like it's like I don't want to be caught into a trap where I need to spend $20,000 to prove to the fact that we are together forever.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Like if it's my way of showing you that we are married is by putting down a down payment on a house, I will, or by buying the land for that, I will. Like it's those kind of like
that's
gestures.
the thing. Like I would be open to that if someone had a mentality like that. Like if a man was like, you know what? Because men could take it the other way too. Like, okay, well, we're not doing paperwork for this, so I can leave you whenever I want. No. Like, I feel like once we're in a marriage, we're always trying to work. Even if we have issues, we're always trying to work towards bettering ourselves in our marriage. Like, yes, we don't have a piece of paper connected. But
I don't think the piece of paper is important.
Me neither. I don't think the piece of paper is important either.
I
would be okay with marrying someone without having. I don't really know the documents. I would do
the marriage license, like everything. Like I would just be like,
me too.
If I made a lot, I would definitely do a prenup.
I think that's important. Just like if we're gonna get married, it's because we love each other. Mm-hmm. It is not because that I can financially support you for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? It's that prenup. People take that as like, oh, you're slapping me in the face. Yeah. It's just like, no, it's just like, you're not the only one that's depending on me.
Yeah.
And I really just like that when people look at me and just like, oh, you have this amount. Like, you don't know my pockets. You don't know my bills.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So exactly, it's just like going into a marriage, that prenup is not just to protect me. It's to protect everybody who benefits from me.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
And that's the case. It's just like, that's why I don't like marriage paperwork, because if I'm gonna marry you, it's from my heart. It's not from my pocket.
Of course, yeah.
Once I love you, once I feel that towards you, my bank account is open to you. Mm-hmm. I don't really care about how much.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember, I don't know who I was talking to this about, but I was saying if I was about to get married, right, in that sense, I wouldn't, if I met this person through college, right? Like we both got student loans and shit, right? So I would say like, hey, my commitment to you would be I want to help you pay off your student loans. Like I feel like that's a big gesture. And I feel like if I know like I wanted to be with this person for the rest of my life, I'd be like, hey, like instead of maybe wasting this money on a ring or doing XYZ with this, like let me help you pay off your debt while I pay off my debt, and then that way we don't have any like external debt like in the way.
That sounds awesome.
Like exactly. Like, I don't want to waste it on a ring because that's what society has shown us.
Yeah, no. I understand. I mean, I still would want a little ring. It could be a little Pandora ring, but
Really?
I definitely.
If that was important to you, look
at her face. Look at her face.
Not a Pandora,
I get it.
but like something like $400, $500, $600.
No, if that was important to you,
yeah.
All right.
First of all, engagement rings are very expensive, and I'm willing to settle for like something $1,000 that look like this. First of all, this was $100.
You wouldn't have to settle. Like that's, I think you shouldn't.
No,
settle.
but that's the thing. I'm willing to compromise so we can have other things going.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you know, if that
was important to you, the ring was important to you, I'll get it for you.
Yeah, like I had someone tell me like, oh, you know, like why don't we buy a land in DR? Like, okay, yeah, let's buy. Instead of putting all the money towards like we could do it down the road.
Yeah.
But instead of putting all that money to celebrating our marriage, whatever, like why don't we start a business, or why don't we start with setting up a land and something that's under our name, and then we can, you know, make money off of it, which is perfectly fine for me because it sets us up in the future, you know, for some type of income. So I think I would be open to that, but I still want my, you know, my dream wedding. I still want my, like, towards the end, like my parents, how they did it. They did the courthouse, and then my dad got her like a cheap ass ring. Yeah. Well, my mom a cheap ass ring, and then down the road, my mom got her dream wedding, and I respect that because it's like he didn't have money at the time. My mom was what, 22?
Your mom's a real one.
My mom was 22. My dad didn't have anything. Like, she was the one who actually brought him to the level he's at now. And he did what he needed to do. He made his wife happy. And even though he didn't really care about having the big, you know, that's more of a female thing.
He cared about her.
He cared about her and her dreams, and he made it happen. Yeah. So that's the type of man I would want, where a man is willing to put his pride aside and, like, you know what, I'm gonna do all this just so things could work in her favor as well as mine. Yeah. So I think that's a good quality.
That's an example of I don't know how I'm gonna get it done, but I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody has that quality. I feel like for me, like, whenever something arises, I'm like, I'm gonna figure it out. How?
Me too. I'm like that too. I'm like, well,
but it's gonna get figured out, and I'm gonna eventually, like, do it. So.
That's why I'm so, like, me personally, I don't. If a man was to ask me, like, oh, you know, like, let's do a prenup, I'm perfectly fine with that. I feel like I'm perfectly fine with that. Even if we were to part ways, like, I feel like I'll be fine. I'll make things happen without you. Like, I can do things on my own. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll make sure, especially if we have kids or anything, I'll make sure that I'm good on my end. Yeah. And even before entering marriage, I want to feel like I'm good on my end. I don't ever want to feel like I'm, like, relying on people. Like, that. Why? No. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but me personally, I just wouldn't. No. Because then when you're gone, what happens?
You fall apart. Like,
yeah, I'm done. Yeah. Like, what the hell am I gonna do now? Like, you know, no, I don't want to feel like that.
Super interesting. You got anything else to add?
I don't have anything to add.
Why?
I mean, like, for me, it's just, I already put my point on the prenup. Mm-hmm. You put your point on the prenup. You put your point on the marriage. Is literally, for me, marriage, that whole ceremony is not for me. It's for everybody else to observe. The marriage is for everybody else to see tangible proof of our love.
Would your mom like to see you get married?
Would
your mom like to see you get married? Like, would she like to attend a wedding?
I've never asked her that, but I would be upset if she wasn't.
If my mom wanted me to have a traditional wedding, I would in some way have that. Because
have you spoken to your mom about that? Like,
no.
I spoke to my mom about it. My mom wants me to get married in a church, like the whole traditional.
Do you believe in religion enough to get married in church?
Yeah.
To me, like, I'm not thinking of it in a religious point of view. I feel like when you get married, you need to get married through a church. You know, God blesses you and your love, whatever. But I'm not thinking of it like, oh my God, this is how it's supposed to go. I can get married outside. Yeah. As long as there's a whole bunch of roses and flowers. I love roses and I love flowers, all that. Like, as long as it's beautiful, but it doesn't have to specifically be in a church. You know?
I want to come in my Iron Man suit, just land, just.
That is not cute. That's not cute at all.
But
hopefully you find someone that thinks it's cute.
But exactly what I'm saying, like, it's not for me.
Because the marriage isn't, the wedding
isn't not for you. I dare my husband would be like, oh, I want to come in an Iron Man suit and just like land. Like I would know.
I would be like, can we have 2 weddings? Can we have a wedding of your dreams?
That's what I would do.
A wedding of my dreams?
I like that.
Like, can I come in with my Iron Man suit and then we can have your roses, like.
Why would you know what, like
and then Avengers assemble.
Yeah, and then that's my wedding. It's you the boys. It's like we're pulling up.
No, I feel like for example, my last relationship, he was really into Dragon Ball Z, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like a little crazy. Like I was already planning like my baby shower and stuff, things that never happened. I've been saying that. There's something wrong with me. So
I'll be planning it too. I'll be like, all right,
I plan things mentally,
baby shower?
And then
baby
shower and everything.
All right.
But
that's on a different page.
I was doing things.
I'm like, I'll participate though. I'll be like, hey, let's. All right, can I have the Goku statue in the corner?
I was thinking.
Like, can I?
These are things I was thinking of. So I'm on Pinterest a lot. Like I actually find a lot of
Follow me on Pinterest.
I will. But I'm on Pinterest a lot when it comes to style. Like I'm really into that.
Do you have like your boards set up? It helps you visualize things, right?
Yes, I love it. I love Pinterest. So I seen that they had like a Dragon Ball Z party type of thing for a little kid. Yeah. And I was just like, oh my god, that would be an awesome. If we ever had kids, that would be an awesome freaking theme. If we had a son, right?
Yeah.
So I'd be like,
trying to do no Dragon Ball Z shit for your daughter?
No.
What if she likes it? Like, how do you know she's not gonna like it?
I hope she doesn't like that. I hope she does not like that. I don't know. I mean, my daughter could like whatever she wants. I guess I'll like it as well. I'm talking crap now.
Yeah.
But
a lot of shade.
Yeah, like I was always a girly girl. Hopefully she comes out as a girly girl as well. I don't know how to handle if she was like a tomboy. Like, I don't know how to ride a bike. We know how to ride bikes, scooters.
You know what we should do? We should get together and ride bikes.
Yeah.
All 3 of us. Yeah.
I would fall, and I don't like.
We'll put the training wheels on yours.
Okay, they never took my training wheels off, so yeah, like I don't like falling. I don't like ice skating. I hate ice skating. Every person I meet, like if I go on a date with them, I let them know, listen, if you're ever planning on taking me ice skating or rollerblading, do not do it. I don't like none of those things. I don't like falling.
We should go ice skating. We should ride our bikes to ice skate.
I hate ice skating. The last time I was ice skating, I bought the little skates and everything, and I touched the ice and I was like, I don't like this, and I sat back down and I took my skates off. I don't like it.
You should try it though.
I wouldn't say I love falling, but it's part of the experience. I've gotten hit by a car 3 times riding my bike. I've fallen many times. Yeah. Fernando knows, I ride my bike from spring to fall, like almost constantly.
Yeah, the most falling I do is like if I'm
fall off.
No, like
fall down the stairs.
Fall down the stairs. Like that happens to me a lot.
That is a proud thing to say.
The last time it happened to me is on Christmas. I went to meet my ex's mom, and after that, I was perfectly fine. And then once I walked down the stairs, I don't know. I wasn't drunk or anything. I be forgetting.
You're just clumsy.
Like I forget my feet. Like I don't know what's wrong with me, but yeah, I just fell on my back and my back was like hurting for a minute, but I was fine. Yeah, I fall down the stairs a lot. So that's why I was looking at these stairs. I was like, yo, hopefully I don't fall down these shits. Cause I mean,
we'll see. We'll get back to you.
I know you guys are gonna be like, hopefully you guys help me. It takes me a while to process that I fell too. Like I'll sit there. Like I'll sit there. I'll be like, damn, I just fell in front of these guys, and they probably think I'm an idiot. And then I'll get up. Yeah.
I've never fallen downstairs.
I've fallen upstairs.
What?
Walking up the stairs.
I've fallen upstairs too.
I was about to be like, what do you mean? What? I'd be like, fallen upstairs.
I've fallen upstairs too, in my house. Yeah.
Just you're a clumsy person.
I'm really clumsy when it comes to stairs. I'm clumsy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I'm really clumsy.
Anything else you want to talk about?
That's it.
Are we good? We're wrapping it up.
Are we wrapping it up?
We can.
I feel like I spoke so much.
You did, and we allowed you to speak.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Was I like annoyingly?
I don't know. We'll play it back and see.
Let's see.
I
don't want to hear myself. You just do your thing.
So thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time out. We really appreciate it.
No problem. I had fun in doing this.
Yeah, we
I
had fun
actually
too.
had fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I needed to speak my. I
You
needed
needed
to
that
talk
truth.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are smart, so it's like, you know, I'm not talking to idiots. So
It's just like what? Forgot her name.
You got it. You know it. You know it.
Jezebel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you better remember my name when he. Wow.
Celines. It's just like what she said, that sometimes people need to hear themselves to go through that therapy session.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have anything else to say about metamorphosis or changing of mental state.
It's a good episode.
Yeah. I think that's just a part of growing, you know?
Yeah, growing pains.
It's not something that's it's taught to you. Everyone has their own type of journey, but everyone will go through it. Like, I mean, we've all went through it, and it's not a pretty process, but it's a helpful process. I feel like we're always growing.
Yes.
We never really know ourselves.
No.
We never could really be like, you know what, this is how I am. Because I feel like every year we're just a different, like, we change with every with every
may not
year
be
we're
drastic
living.
changes. They might be small, subtle changes, but
we're never
changing.
like the same. Like, oh well, this is how I am. I think we're just more aware of the person we're like,
who we are,
like the person we're trying to not trying to be, but
I think it's a red flag if you meet somebody, you're like, you're just the same as I met you. Like, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag. No, I don't like that. I'll be like, wow,
it's like, you
think
haven't
the same
changed?
of high school? Like, come on, like, we're still thinking like that. Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's why I try to surround myself with a lot of open-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you guys are very open-minded. So
not me, but all right.
You're not open-minded? You are open-minded.
Depends.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why are you not open-minded?
I mean, it said it depends.
Yeah, but why?
In the
Why does it
situation.
depend?
In the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just asking. I just wanted to understand you. I'm just trying to understand you a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
So, this was Ida Talk. Thank you for coming. I'm Fernando.
ValdezDaDon, you want to plug anything?
I am Celines.
Plug your Instagram.
Oh, my Instagram is Yonsei with 3 E's XO.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it's 3 E's. If not 3 E's, it's 2. But I think it's 3. It's definitely 3. Yonsei 3 E's XO. And you can follow me there.
All right,
See some butt pics.
I'm kidding. Yeah, look forward to those. She just went on vacation, so
Vegas, right?
No, it was not Vegas.
Okay. She got a influx of
Houston.
them coming.
It was no
Houston.
butt pics there. I was being very
You sure?
cautious.
I think I saw some.
I was turned a little bit. I was turned a little bit, but it wasn't nothing crazy.
Yeah, that was Ida Talk. Thank you for listening. It's gonna be a long one, so I hope you stick around.
Really long.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. Peace.
Deuces.
Bye.